All right, everybody. Welcome to the City of Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing for April 28th, 2025. Just a few reminders and housekeeping. If you plan on speaking tonight, please just come to the lectern, state your name and address for the record, and speak. And then also, just so it doesn't disrupt the meeting, if you have an electronic device, please put it on silent or turn it off. Also, you can join the meeting remotely by calling in with DPD and by Zoom by planning ahead as well. All right, moving on to continued business, we have ZBA-2025-4. Petition is a variance. The applicant is Vanaranar, property located at 73 Inland Street. The petition, the Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing to interested persons relative to an application by the applicant to enclose their existing front porch at 73 Inland Street. The subject property is located in the traditional single-family TSF zoning district. The project requires variance approval for section 5.1 for relief from the maximum floor area ratio, the maximum front yard setback, and for any other relief required in the Lowell zoning ordinance. We did get communication that they are requesting a continuance to May 12th. Any comments by my colleagues? Seeing none, can I have a motion to continue the matter, please?
Through you, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to continue for variance for CBA 2025-4 for 73 Inland Street to be continued to May 20. What was it?
12th.
May 12th, 2025.
All right, motion by Mr. McCarthy to continue matter. Second by the Vice Chairman. Can we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Peck.
Approve continuance.
Member Callahan.
Approve continuance to May 12th, 2025.
Member McCarthy.
Approve continuance to May 12th, 2025.
Member Hovey.
Approve.
Member Procope.
Approve continuance to May 12th, 2025.
Member Nickerson.
Approved.
All right, the matter's been continued. Just for the public notice, this is the public notice. There'll be no other notice regarding this petition.
And frantically, just make sure the building department is aware. I know they have interest in this project, so, all right, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on to the next item under continued business, we have ZBA-2025-13. The petition is a special permit. Applicant is New Singular Wireless PCS LLC. Property located at right-of-way adjacent to 11 Crowley Street. The petition, the Lowell Zoning Board of Appeals will hold a public hearing to all interested persons relative to an application by New Singular Wireless PCS LLC to install a replacement wireless small cell facility on an existing utility pole in the public right-of-way adjacent to 11 Crowley Street. The subject area is located in traditional two-family TTF zoning district. The project requires special permit approval from the Lowell Board of Appeals per section 7.6 of the Lowell zoning ordinance and any other required in the Lowell zoning ordinance. Good evening, Councilor.
Good evening. How are you?
Good.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the Zoning Board. My name is Edward Parry. It's P-A-R-E. I'm an attorney at Brown Rudnick, One Financial Center in Boston, Massachusetts. I'm here on behalf of New Singular Wireless PCS LLC, which operates as AT&T. I've appeared before this board and the City Council on numerous occasions for these small cell facilities. In this instance, we had an approval for a site on Meadowcroft Street. Unfortunately, there's some development going on. National Grid has required AT&T to remove that facility and relocate it. So in order to maintain coverage, we did find an available pole adjacent to 11 Crowley Avenue. It'll be the same type of installation. It has a 2-foot antenna on the top of the pole. It's a cylinder antenna, about 16 inches in diameter. There's an equipment cabinet which hides all of the radio equipment. There'll be fiber connections which will be run inside of conduit. In your packet, you have a copy of our plans. Fortunately, we can use an existing pole without having to replace it. We'll bring electricity and fiber to the pole to maintain AT&T service. We comply with all FCC requirements. The City Council did unanimously approve our grant of location for this relocation last month. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions. I think the board is relatively familiar with these, but if there are any questions of the public or members of the board, I'd be happy to address them. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. All right, we're open hearing to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of the petition? In favor. Seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? In opposition. All right, seeing none, the public hearing is closed. We're going to open questions and comments to the board. The chair recognizes Mr. Procope. Mr. Procope, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I don't have any questions or issues. I think this is pretty much self-explanatory, and I'll be voting in favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Procope. The chair recognizes Mr. Hovey. Mr. Hovey, the floor is yours, sir.
Yeah, I don't have any questions, concerns about this. I'll vote in favor also.
Thank you, Mr. Hovey. The chair recognizes Mr. McCarthy. Mr. McCarthy, the floor is yours, sir.
Through Mr. Chairman, I just want to say I like seeing how the technology keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The impact is almost negligible. Thank you for doing it, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. McCarthy. The chair recognizes the vice chairman, Mr. Callahan. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, through you, Mr. Chairman. I'm actually surprised. We haven't dealt with a lot, and as far as I've been on the board, I don't think we've dealt with any of these antennas on top of telephone poles and moving them. It hasn't. No,
a couple.
It hasn't been for quite some time.
Yeah, it's been a while, yeah.
But as Dennis pointed out, yeah, it's good to see it's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and to the point it's like it's not a nuisance, obviously. So I don't see any issues with this, and no, I wish you the best of luck. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Callahan. Chair recognizes Mr. Nixon. Mr. Nixon, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I don't have any questions either. I think we actually did have one of these that was put on last year at the STEM. So, yeah, it's pretty similar stuff, so I have no questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nixon. I have no comments either. I think it's straightforward. Thank you for coming out this evening. It's a beautiful day. I know you'd rather not be here. All right, if there's no further comments, can we have a motion to approve, please?
Through Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for ZBA 2025-13 for a special permit at the right-of-way adjacent to 11 Crowley Street.
All right, motion by Mr. McCarthy,
Second.
second by Mr. Procope. Can we have a roll call, please?
Chairman Peck,
Approve.
Member Callahan,
Approved.
Member McCarthy,
Approve.
Member Hovey,
Approved.
Member Procope,
Approve.
Member Nickerson.
All right, you've been approved. Wish you best of luck, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, and have a good evening. All right, moving on to new business. We have ZBA-2025-14. Petition is a variance. The applicant is Louis Zabertier, property located at 23 West 5th Street. The applicant has applied to Lowell Board of Appeals seeking to convert an existing three-family structure into a four-family structure at 23 West 5th Street. The property is located in the traditional neighborhood, multifamily TMF zoning district, and requires site plan review approval under section 11.4.22 and special permit approval under section 12.1C. The project also requires variance approval under section 5.1 for the minimum lot area per dwelling unit and the minimal usable open space per dwelling unit requirements under section 6.1 for relief from the off-street parking requirements and for any other relief required in the Lowell zoning ordinance. Good evening, sir.
How you doing?
Good.
My name is Louis, and I'm the owner for 23 West 5th Street. And I'm looking here to apply for a variance. I'm requesting for zoning requirements, minimum lot area per dwelling unit, minimum usable open space per unit, relief under section 6.1, which relates to off-the-street parking requirements.
Okay. Anything else you want to share about your project, sir? Is that it?
No, I saw on their email and stuff that they're saying that the requirement was a big requirement was sprinklers, because I'm turning it from 3 to 4. I already have sprinklers throughout their units. When I renovated the entire three-family house, to keep it a three-family house, I needed to put sprinklers. So that's taken care of already.
Oh, good. Okay. If you have nothing further, we'll open the hearing to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to this petition, in opposition, seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of this petition? In favor. Seeing none, the public hearing is closed. We're going to open question to comments to the board. The chair recognizes Mr. Hovey. Mr. Hovey, the floor is yours, sir.
Fran, was this application withdrawn at the planning board meeting?
Well, yes, it was, but the petition is still live. The ZBA petition is still alive. But the planning board application was withdrawn without prejudice because the sign requirement was not met.
Okay, so the sign requirement still isn't met because
Right.
it hasn't been up for 14 days. So I would just, instead of going through this whole thing, just ask this to be continued.
Did you get that, sir?
Yeah, I understand. It was withdrawn because I didn't have the sign up in the front of the
Right, and you need the sign up for 14 days. And it's the same requirement for the ZBA, so.
same okay.
Yeah, so we can ask for it to be continued rather than withdrawn, right?
Can we please?
Yeah, so we're
Yeah.
going to ask for it to be continued. Well, if that's the will of the board. That would be my suggestion.
Thank you, Mr. Hovey. All right. I don't want to belabor people, so we'll look at a continue date. Ms. Digliano, can we do it for the May 12th one or the one after that in terms of agenda items?
The May 12th meeting has only two other things, so we can continue it to that date.
Mr. Zepatier, is that okay, sir?
That's fine.
So you have to sign up?
Well, I don't,
Or is it not?
you literally would have to have the sign up today to
Yeah.
do it. I don't think that's going to work. I mean, I went by there earlier and you didn't, all I saw was the for sale sign. I didn't see the sign.
Yeah, I needed to find out exactly what I needed to put on the sign. So I did get it. What's the next date?
The 29th is the next hearing date after that. So that gives them about a month to get the sign up.
Well, 2 weeks to get the sign up,
Well, yeah, sorry.
to leave it up for 2
Yes.
weeks.
Yeah.
It needs to
about
be
a-
there for 2 weeks.
It needs to be there
Correct.
14 days before our meeting,
Before our meeting.
before the 29th.
Okay, so if we calculate today, tomorrow, it won't make it to the 12th, May 12th
No.
at all. Okay.
Also, I'll point out, I mean, I don't know if you had a chance to look at the comments. There was some comments about revising the site plan because what you got right now doesn't lay out the parking dimensions, really. And there was some concerns about, from planning and project management team about other items regarding open space, and, how the parking is going to work and all that. And I'll also note that, I know there's a tree back there.
It's,
And
yeah,
it doesn't say anything on the current site plan about what
okay,
what you're going to do with that tree.
Okay.
If you're removing it, you have to note the tree in the plans and that you're going to raise it or whatever. But again, even the planning and project management team had concerns about removing that tree. So if we're going to continue it, I would recommend the 29th. To give you some time to revise, because if you revise the plans, those are what you have to post on the signage
okay.
for what's being
Everything
proposed.
that I'm doing. So, I'm thinking that I thought variance was because I don't have enough parking spaces per unit.
Yeah, that's one of the variances that's before us, but we still need, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Chairman, if like, I think there might be some more issues that maybe you might want to consider withdrawing, but, whatever. Dennis?
Mr. McCarthy, go ahead, sir.
Sorry.
If I could, your application is for more than just parking, right? Minimum area per dwelling unit, minimum usable area per dwelling unit, as well as parking. So I think that it would behoove you to review the comments and come back with a strategy to satisfy those comments, or at least address them.
Okay.
But I think, Sean, where we've opened the hearing, he can post the existing site plan. It doesn't have to be a revised site plan, if that's correct, Fran?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so you can go ahead and post your signage now, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, because I watched the planning board meeting, I think they gave him the advice that he had to post the revised site plans, that's why I mentioned that, so, but if you can post the current plan, that's
Yeah,
fine.
it's not a legal requirement to post an updated site plan.
Okay.
You can post the site plan that was used in his application to satisfy the legal requirement.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Ms. McCarthy. Thank you, Ms. Callahan. Any other comments before we motion this to continue?
If I may, Mr. Chairman?
Yeah. Yes.
I
Ms.
would
Callahan.
recommend that the applicant reach out to staff and come in to review your comment memo and to review the sign process, because we can walk you through that to make sure that everything is covered before the next meeting.
Okay. I'll come by tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. And the 29th of May, it's a Thursday, so be mindful. Myself, including my colleagues, it's a Thursday. All right, can I have a motion to continue the matter, please?
3, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for ZBA 2025-14 for variances at 23 West 5th Street to be continued to May 29, 2025.
All right, motion by Mr. McCarthy to continue the matter.
Second.
Second by Mr. Prokop. Can I have a roll call, please?
Chairman Peck,
Approve continuance.
Member Callahan,
Approved continuance to May 29th, 2025.
Member McCarthy,
Approve continuance to May 29, 2025.
Member Hovey,
Approve.
Member Prokop,
Approved continuance to May 29th, 2025.
Member Nickerson.
Approved.
All right, sir. You've been approved. We'll see you May 29th.
29th, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good night. All right, moving on to the next item on the agenda, we have new business. We have ZBA-2025-15. The petition is a variance. The applicant is Han Pham, property located at 1284 Varnum Ave. The applicant has applied to the zoning board of appeals to construct a rear addition to the existing single-family home at 1284 Varnum Ave. The subject property is located in the suburban single-family zoning district. The project requires variance approval per section 5.1 for relief from the minimum floor area ratio FAR and for no relief required in the Lowell zoning ordinance. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So, I'm kind of nervous. It's my first time going through this. I was hired by the homeowner. She's here. So, she hired someone else, but they didn't told her about the process. And when I came to apply for the permit, we discovered we need to go through the process, the zoning. She already have an existing decking, 12 by 14, and she want to remove and build a new addition, 16 by 24. It will be using as a bedroom and living room. Imagine.
Okay. All right. Thank you, sir.
Wow.
If you don't have anything else, we'll open up the hearing to the public. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the petition? In opposition, seeing none, that portion of the public hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in favor of the petition? In favor, seeing none, the public hearing is closed. We're going to open questions and comments to the board. The chair recognizes Mr. McCarthy. Mr. McCarthy, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, similar to the previous application, I went by the site and didn't see a sign. That's one of the requirements for us that would advertise to the neighbors 14 days in advance. Fran, was there one posted, or was it just lost, or is any evidence that one was ever up?
I can check the project folder. I don't think a sign was posted.
Yeah.
If you don't see one up, then it was not likely.
I'd suggest that we continue this. It looks like an easy application from viewing what I've seen in the comments, but we do have a requirement that we notify people nearby with signage for 14 days prior to the hearing.
Oh, you
So-
mean you mean about the letter or the sign need to be posted?
If I may, I can
Yeah,
explain.
Mr. Gliano.
So there are 3 public notice requirements. The legal ad needs to be run in the paper twice before the hearing. The second is that an abutter notice needs to be mailed, so that's the letter, to the adjacent property owners. And then the third is that a sign, 3 feet by 4 foot sign, is posted at the property, visible from the public way. So that third requirement was not met. And so the board is suggesting that you continue the matter to to 2 meetings from now to allow you time to produce that sign and get it posted at least 14 days before the hearing. But you should follow up with staff and we can walk you through how to complete the sign.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
no
Yeah,
problem.
I didn't know about the sign, sorry.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Fran, do we have room on the 29th for that to move to?
There are 4 items.
Okay.
So
this
you
would
do
be a
have
thing.
room.
All right.
Okay.
All right. If there's no other comments from my colleagues, we're continue. Mr. Callahan.
Mr. Chairman, again, but with regards to the sign, it should be continued, but the site plan, again, needs to be updated. It just says proposed addition 24 by 6, it appears to be 24 by 16, but it's on top of the deck. And you got to put stuff, it says the deck needs to be, there's got to be a note saying the deck is to be raised, because, you're building, or if it's already been built, I don't know. You're building over the deck, but the site plan needs to be corrected, or at least the very minimal, a note that says, pointing to the deck, that's saying the deck is to be raised, because I presume that you're not keeping the deck there
No.
and building the addition over it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna remove the deck.
Yep.
Totally.
And I guess, just to kind of make it a little bit more clearer how the addition's gonna lay out on that, right? It's just blocked out as 24 by 16, but, I mean, at least with a note that says the deck's to be raised and kind of a little, whatever, squiggly lines or something showing how the deck is how the new addition is going to be laid out. Because, because other than that, DPD says that it meets all other required setbacks and that they feel the request is minimal, but we got to be clear on the site plans of what we're dealing with here, so.
All right.
Yeah,
Thank
so,
you.
okay, thanks.
Thank
I would also suggest elevations, just so we know how tall this addition is going to be. Obviously, we're going to fit within, according to the plot plan, we're going to fit within the setbacks and everything. And if we update that, that's great, but we still don't know if it falls within maximum height of the project, because we don't know what the elevation looks like at this point. So I'd suggest submitting those too.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right, sir. If you can work on those things you talked about on the sign, and then we'll have you back on the 29th. Can I have a motion to continue the matter?
Through Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion for ZBA 2025-15 for variances at 1284 Varnum Ave to be continued to May 29th, 2025.
All right. Motion by Mr. McCarthy to continue the matter.
Second.
Second by the Vice Chairman. Can we roll call, please?
Chairman Peck,
Approve continuance.
Member Callahan,
Approve continuance to May 29th, 2025.
Member McCarthy,
Approve continuance to May 29th, 2025.
Member Hovey,
Approve.
Member Proko,
Approve continuance to May 29, 2025.
Member Nickerson.
Approve.
All right. You've been continued. We'll see you May 29th, sir. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Moving on to other business on the agenda. We have the minutes for approval for April 14th. Any edits, comments, additions to the minutes from my colleagues? Seeing none, can I have a motion to approve the minutes, please?
Through Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to approve the meeting minutes of April 14th, 2025.
All right. Motion by Mr. McCarthy to approve the minutes.
Second.
Second by the Vice Chairman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. The ayes are unanimous. Any other comments before we adjourn tonight? Seeing none, can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
Through Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Motion by Mr. McCarthy to adjourn.
Second.
Second by the Vice Chairman. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. The ayes are unanimous. We are adjourned. Thank you and have a good night, folks.